Hello, this is Malcolm. I'm testing out the new Sony camera. I'm still not using a tripod just because I'm being lazy. It's New Year's Eve and just was doing a quickie little update on how things are looking overall. Thank you, Macintosh. Over here we have the harbor area with a new red building. That's actually HO scale that I kind of whittled down to N scale. It's kind of funny. I'll show you that later. Nothing really going on with this back area yet, although there should be. There's a little farm area that's kind of fleshed out with these little farmer guys. But I haven't really done anything since I laid everything down. There's a spot for a building back here. There's a spot to deal with some tourists hanging out up on top of this hill. We have this little station area here for the workers of the harbor area. That's where they catch the tram out. Have some deer in here. It's kind of fun. Nothing really going on with the temple. The temple was pretty much done a while ago and plopped in. Haven't really done a whole lot with it. Probably could use another level of detailing. I did get a little wedding scene in. That's kind of sweet. People getting married at the temple. This little farm area here, not much has gone on with either. And the harbor area, stroll over there. It's probably the most complete out of the whole layout so far, with the exception of this guy that still needs to be properly addressed, like Mr. Whale here. Let's see if I can touch the screen. No, I can't. But yeah, this is the one that's really kind of been fleshed out the most, this area over here, with the ships and the cracked water. Sad about that still. And it could use another level of stuff for sure. Like back here, could use some work. That white there should not be there. Have to address that. Little things. I did do a little detailing. You can see some lines in the street. Still need some street markings. And these guys selling fish back here and little things like that. So I think that's the most complete out of everything so far. These guys here, these guys fishing. So that's kind of fun. The deer, like I said, in there. And then this village area, so Soyokaze village, could use another level of detailing as well. Kind of started putting in little stairs and things like that. So I'll do more of that kind of thing in here and flesh out this little vendor area. So I want everything to have like this level of detail, essentially. These people hanging out and things like that, and this park, things like that. So that's what I'm shooting for. So that should be fun. More people will be going in on the bridge here. Is it Naze Hashi? No, I think the Y bridge, essentially. I did a level of changes here as well. Basically, I've been doing the building shift game and try to create a little more interest here. And so I kind of wanted to get a little tighter look and feel to this whole kind of section here. And I've gone in and done that, and that should be good. There's like a little area in the back here. It's going to be a little alleyway area. Some additional detailing will go on there, and some additional detailing will go on. Where's brown here currently? That needs to be detailed out as well. All that fun stuff, but I think that's kind of fun. And then this is not the permanent spot for this guy, this monorail. I have more track coming, so once I get more track, I'm going to actually figure out the trajectory for that guy. But that was a fun little project. So that will eventually go somewhere either here or in the new section. So we'll see how that goes. There's Soyokaze Hill, which is a section that I did a while back for those of you playing along at home, on some pink foam, and I carved in some stone there, like a stone retaining wall around it. And then this, basically I had measured it to fit, and then I just dropped it into place after detailing it. And that was kind of fun, because I got to actually work on it in the house and then just plop it in place. So I'm looking at potentially doing the same thing with this area back here. Right now, it's just kind of the area at the back. It's not really doing anything. It does tie in with the unit plates here. And so I'm either going to keep it at that level, or I'm going to raise it up to the level of this Soyokaze Hill, but I'll probably keep it at this level and just put additional building back there. Maybe move one of these taller buildings back. I'm not sure, but we'll see how that goes. Shizuka here is pretty much the same. Nothing new to report except for this new building. This guy here, which I built, it's pretty good. It turned out pretty much how I wanted it. I got little details on top and detail down below here with the this kind of stuff, and learned a bunch of stuff, like don't use Gorilla Glue to glue your awning when you're building, because Gorilla Glue expands, so that's not fun. And then these guys are not going to live here permanently. These are just 3 new Tomitech buildings that I purchased recently that need to be kind of gone in and kind of blended into the overall Shizuka scenery here. This will have much more of everything, many more cars and people and all sorts of stuff. So I'll work on that. And probably, like I said, do one more level of arranging, moving some of these buildings around to accommodate kind of a more organized city vista. But I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out and how it blends in with everything. I was talking to my wife, and I said that one of the things that came up was, the potential for actually just ripping up this whole thing and starting over again, because when I was doing it originally, I had a game plan and an idea, and I managed to incorporate a lot of the stuff I wanted to, but it's not exactly perfect, but it's kind of fun, because essentially what I have is I have this loop here that comes around and comes around here, goes through Shizuka around the back around in the back area here, and then back around. So that's the main loop. And then right through here, there's like a little station area that I can park in. There's another station area back there that I showed you for the harbor station. And then there's this other area in the harbor itself right here that I can do stuff with as well. So I can have kind of 3 trains at once kind of in play if I take my kind of like more of like a traffic sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. What is it? Freight. There you go. More like a freight kind of situation here, shipping, etc. Have a train there dealing with that. Have another train that I can run around here and then park here at this station. I can have another train parked at the back station, and that allows me to play the juggling game of, I'll basically turn off this track. I can run this, the shipping one around, then, park that one again, and then run the other tram around. So it's not perfect. I basically just skipped a lot of the, kind of things that I should have done and just went the easy way with just using switches to turn things on and off and playing that game. And then I have a whole nother track, basically this guy here, and that comes out on that side where it just goes off into nowhere land. That doesn't go anywhere. So I was thinking, if I did a little planning, I could actually have taken that track and maybe run it into a small helix down to this area, which is my subway area, which I don't know if everyone has seen. And then I would have had that option as well to have that train come up, go to Shizuoka, and then go back into the helix and come back down. And it's like, yeah, I could have done that, but space wasn't 100%, and those kind of things that happen when planning. So I just have a lot of dummy kind of trains on that track right now. That one. I'm kind of using it for almost like a storage at this point. That will adjust there. And so that's working because I could just, pop a train on there, and it's a little storage action, and then I can pop it on and run it when I want. So that's kind of fun. And then the last little piece of the puzzle is, like I said, the subway area that runs in the back there and comes around. And I think everyone's seen this, but it goes through the wall there. And then over to this new section, which is Kiwamura. And this is more of a, on the Shizuoka and Soyokaze, you have the quaint older buildings, the temple. It's, it's very kind of old school look and feel to the buildings and the like. And over here, have more of an industrial / modern look. The buildings are a little more modern, and the overall, look and feel is more modern. And so that's kind of a fun little thing because it allows me to do some more industrial stuff and things of that nature. And again, this is not the ideal. I came up with a little stopgap situation where I can actually run a train along this track, park it here, and then if I kill off the power, I can actually run another train out and around for a lot of this kind of shipping kind of stuff here. Again, not ideal, and that's something that I probably will address at one point. I may tear up this little part here and do something else with it, where I, maybe it's a detached situation, or maybe I run another track on the backside of this, which I think I tried doing at one point, and I ended up just screwing it up somehow. Basically, it's killed power to everything. That's my kryptonite is just power and electricity. I just don't care about it, and I just want things to work. And for the most part, the Kato track actually does just work, which is nice. It's a big plug and play kind of situation. You get your power pack, your electricity. I'm just getting over colds and stuffy, but it makes it very simple to set up the track the way you want it. But it is also, there's some tricky things that you have to do, and having all the instructions for the tricky stuff being in Japanese, it requires a little Google foo to find out what to do, and I just haven't bothered, to be honest. I had things working well enough. So there's a couple of things in here that I wanted. Big grassy hills, tree-lined hills. There's going to be trees that come around the back there. Trees that I've started putting in. This is a little section that somebody from Flickr actually was just like, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get back there because it's a good expanse of, you see here, good expanse of space between the front here and the back. And I was like, how am I going to get back here and do this work that I need to do? And he suggested, hey, why don't you just, build a piece to drop back there? And I did that, and it worked out great. I have to go back and paint it because I got scraped when I dropped it in. But yeah, there's some people up in the hill and a little thing up there. So it's fun. There'll be trees and bushes around the back here, and all the way around here to this section. These will be trees and things as well. And I've already started the whole process here with this guy here, which is a little fun little scene. Built this little utility building, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I've been trying to do little things like that, little touches, like this little centerpiece to the Tomitech shipping pieces there. That blue piece I just built out of styrene. I'm gonna put people in there. Got to go in and have a floating building right now. I can see. But yeah, I've been trying to do a little more kind of custom stuff and kind of get a nice dense, rich area here to play around with. So we'll see how that goes. This is another HO building that I just dropped on top of Nscale. And it's, supposed to be like a fancy bar called the Nowhere Bar. And it's on this industrial building here. And, it's just like this kind of kitschy bar on top of this building where people can go. So that's kind of a fun little story. It's all about stories, my layout. The factory area is coming along. I'm not really digging this big dead zone here, but I think once I get some kind of traffic markings and lines, debarkation lines and stuff, that'll be a little bit better. But I was thinking it's like if trucks are going to come in here, they're going to need some room to turn around. And so I'm trying to keep it a little bit realistic as much as I can. And this military presence here, I'm going to actually make a little monster that will be lurking around somewhere, maybe over here, back here, back on this hill maybe. And the monster was created by this the chemicals leaking out of this factory here. So that should be a little fun, little kaiju monster that these guys are looking for. No one else knows about. So little things like that should be fun. Should make it a little more interesting. And then I have some super light switching stuff here that I've been playing around with. Once I get another Kato engine, and I'll be doing some little light switching kind of stuff here, which is just kind of fun. And it's just little things like that. This keeps it interesting. And of course, I have my guy here, which is not going to run because that's the way it works. When you bring out a video camera, nothing runs. There we go. So track needs to be clean, but let's see. It's kind of a nice little line. Through. Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. I'm keeping things light. Trying not to buy too much. Trying to make more of my stuff. Like I did purchase a little airplane that was on sale, and I placed this moving. And I was like, well, what this needs is another little display area. So I kind of just made this out of styrene. The people looking at it, old Zero airplane, and a place to look at that. And then based on Rios Tam's kind of submarine viewing area, I did this area over here, which is the same kind of thing. It's a little viewing area for this submarine stuff, which is kind of fun. So I've been trying to think of little things like that I could add to kind of increase the uniqueness of the layout. So it's not just a bunch of standard, Tomy stuff plopped down where you can see it on many people's layouts. If you build your own stuff, it's kind of interesting because then it's your own stuff. So that's kind of fun. This, I think I'm just going to paint the wood deck like I did here for this parking area. But I'm still kind of figuring out the building situation. There'll be some more bushes and items in here to kind of block that. And then there's a tunnel over here I have to address. I'm going to do a similar kind of thing that I did here where I kind of built up this little wall. And I'm going to do the same thing over on the other side there. So little things like that kind of add a little bit to it. So yeah, I'm going to basically create a bridge right there and just, kind of build it up with trees and fun stuff like that. And lots of people walking and enjoying their time in this industrial area. So yeah, I'll have to take another pass at figuring out exactly where everything's going to be laid out here, because it's it's going to be crowded, which is kind of what I want, but I also wanted to make it look like it actually would work, and kind of go through those steps as well. So that's kind of fun. So and then there's going to be some water in here somewhere as well. I got some other water I wanted to experiment with, and I have to kind of address this water back here, but that might be another little section that I just kind of drop in underneath that bridge back there. So before I do too much more back there with track and whatnot, I'm gonna get that built out and slide that under so I can continue there. So that's pretty much the update so far. For the last update for 2015, I have a lot of little things I can do and address. This back area back here, a lot of potential on that whole piece. Again, it comes out. So this whole section back here is a piece that I can lift out. So if I do happen to get the bug to get that finished up, I can pull that out and address that, which is kind of fun. As well as this bridge and where it connects to and all that. But that's going to be done after I do that back section, because that way I can kind of lock it down a little bit. So little things like that, more people, more cars, more action. That's where my interest lies. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. So anyway, thanks for watching. I think that's it for 2015. I hope you all have a happy and healthy new year. And, we'll also be seeing more of these guys being hung over the city. I have lots of helicopters, so they'll be scattered about. So yeah, thank you very much, and have a happy and healthy 2016.
Let's chop, chop, chop.